platforms. But welcome back to another episode of Better Calls All Yaps. I'm here with Ali from Influence. Ali, how we doing today?
Hey man, thanks for having me. It's all good. What about you?
I'm doing wonderful. I know we've had some technical difficulties to finally get here today,
Yeah,
but Influence is actually one of the first Farcaster mini apps that I tried out. And over the course of now in the year and a half that I've been more seriously on Farcaster, I've been seeing you grow as well as the community in many different
yeah.
aspects. So I wanted to invite you on, get a little bit more of your story as well as what Influence is and what you guys are planning towards. So would love for you to just share a little bit of an intro for everyone.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm Ali, so right now is just building on-chain products. Influence is one of them. So previously, I worked at a company called Favor. It was a Web3 social media. That's why I deeply interested about the decentralized social graphs. It was merging both Lens protocol and Farcaster in one mobile app. So that's my background where it comes from. So yeah, during that time, I learned lots of things and I became product guy. And now, after unfortunately, building a consumer app, especially in social area, is not easy. Uh,
Yeah.
Favor shut down in 2024 December. After that, I was looking for what I can do more. Not gonna lie, I applied more than 180 place. So, and then no one did hire me. So,
See, like I guess I'll solo dev then, right?
yeah, so no one did hire me. I said, all right, I had to do something. Okay, meanwhile, at the end of 2024 and the beginning of the 2025, the Kaito was super popular.
hmm
So everyone is about the yapping, everyone is about to talk about mindshare. It was a pretty early one. So it was the first one actually. So I said, let's copy this. Really, let's copy this. And when I checked the Twitter API prices, I said I understood it's not possible. Impossible.
yeah.
I can't afford that. So it's super
Yeah.
expensive. And I already deeply know about the Farcaster because of my previous company I worked for. That's why I
hmm
said, all right, let me check the Farcaster. Is it possible? Yes, possible. Then let's do it. So I started to just create just a mock-up algorithm about how we can measure the mind share for Farcaster. And then I called my ex-colleague, a system architect developer, uh, and I said, let's just do it. I don't know, I can't pay you, but we can be co-founder. If it works, if it works, if it doesn't work, nothing to lose. So, and that yeah, we built the first mindshare and the first and the only one, the mindshare application on Farcaster. We launched in 2025 last year, 27 or 28th of April. Then how things evolved like that.
That's awesome to hear. I love that. That's an interesting kind of like evolution from favor into then being like, okay, like I want a crypto job, applying to so many and then being like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna just do it myself, right? And
Yeah,
um and that's cool that you were able to call on someone you had met previously in your network and just be like, hey, got this idea, like let's rock it out together. I don't know where it's gonna go, but would love to have you on for the ride. So that's such a cool way of how influence was kind of created. I know a lot of people have been interested in this whole engagement meta.
yeah,
But that experience is completely different on a platform like X versus a platform like
yeah,
Farcaster. Not only with the cost of the APIs, but also the
yeah,
community that's there. Would love for you to share before favor. What was your kind of like entry point into Web3?
yeah,
What kind of
yeah,
pushed you over the rabbit hole or into the rabbit hole?
yeah. First time I bought a Bitcoin, it was a top signal. It was back in 2000. I guess it was end of 2017, if I remember correct.
Okay.
I bought Bitcoin because of my friend at top level. So and then it dropped. I guess we lost more than 80% or something like that. So, so I said, fuck it. What the fuck is that? I don't care. So this is a
Yeah.
gambling, this is a scam. And then I come back to crypto. It was 2020. So then I started as a trader.
Okay.
And I didn't know anything actually. Nothing. I was just,
Yeah.
just checking the ticker. Okay, I like this ticker, buy it.
Yeah.
So everyone was talking about the blockchain, but I didn't know what's that. So it was super weird for me. Okay,
Yeah.
I just once I wanted to send money to my friend, and he said to me, "Send me a crypto." I said, "What?" Yes, send me a crypto. I said, "I didn't know that it's possible." So just I thought
Yeah, so
only
you
I
were
can
kind of
just send
treating it
money.
just like stocks,
Yeah,
right? Like no different.
yeah. I was very dumb. So I just okay. Let me research about that. Meanwhile, I was making lots of money, and also meanwhile, I was losing lots of money. So
Yeah.
it was. You remember 2021 bull season, right?
Yeah, we
I'm
I,
talking
I
about that.
actually joined in 23, but I've 100% heard it over and over again from all of
Okay,
our
so man, I,
NFT musicians.
in one night, so just imagine in one night you are making 10x in one night. So
Yeah.
it was
That's
crazy. So
crazy. Yeah, when
and
you look at traditional finance as the lever and asset class, and then you change into something that's exponential, it completely blows your mind.
yeah, definitely. Then what happened? Everyone's talking about the DeFi. I learned DeFi. What
Okay.
happened after DeFi? I lost money again because
Hmm.
I was trading. I was trying to understand what's that. I was using all of the contents, all of the wallets, sorry, applications. So I joined lots of testnets, many things. To one of the early times of Arbitrum. So and I really did lots of things. Meanwhile, I was testing the applications. That's
Hmm.
the most important part because that will change my career. So,
Yeah.
by the way, I'm actually an architect. I come from an
Huh.
architectural study. So,
Interesting. How
yeah,
long um
it,
how long had you been doing that until you kind of joined?
I never worked for an architecture company. Whenever
Oh,
I
okay,
just
you just got
graduated,
the
yeah,
schooling.
yeah, yeah.
I
Man, I
like
just
that.
started crypto while I studying. So, because
Okay, that's awesome.
yeah, in architecture we see everything layer by layer. That's why it really it hits me in different ways. So in the production also you have to see everything layer by layer.
Yeah.
So
You have to be
that's
able to
why
step
this
back and look at the big picture, right?
yeah that's why for example probably it affects me too much. I was deeply I was whenever I was using the early or one of the early vaults for example I was saying oh my god this is too bad just put this to here the flow is wrong whatever. So I was always just thinking about them. Anyway,
Hmm.
in 2021 that DeFi summer I learned DeFi. I lost money. I said everyone is talking about the price action, price action
Okay, yeah.
trading model. So okay, learn that. I learned every shit then learned this one. It was 2022 January. I graduated at that time. I extended my school and then I learned the price action. But this time I started to make money because there was a really you need to manage your psychology. It's
Yep.
just really it's 80% psychology, 20% the fundamentals of the price actions. So it was super nervous process for me. I really didn't like trading. I was not part of it. In my blood, there's not nothing about the trader. So
Yeah.
I really don't like. It makes
You
me
didn't
nervous.
feel
I want to
good
be
at the end of the day, right? Like that you're
no.
that you're moving the needle forward.
Yeah, it makes me so nervous. Really.
Yeah, no, I get
So
that. I did the options trading, and that's how I started learning about trading myself. So
ah,
yeah, no, I mean you just get, like you said, 80% psychology. If you don't have 100% of that 80%, you have those nerves in it, and it
yeah,
and it becomes hard.
yeah, definitely. And also, meanwhile, I lost everything in 2000.
Oh,
Whenever I started the price action, I lost. I started as someone who is totally broke. So in 2022 March, I saw one tweet from just Turkish QL. He was just sharing, okay, the application of the favor. So I just downloaded, I saw, and I joined their Discord. There was no one, maybe 1,000 people. I was one of the early one. I said, okay, let's just hang out there. So what's going on? We started to talk with the people in the Discord. So and I started to ask questions, and I gave feedback about the application. They made me contributor, and whenever some people just joined, I was answering their questions for free, just for as a contributor. So then I contributed too much. I translated everything to Turkish, my native language.
hmm.
So yeah, and then I did lots of things for them, but it wasn't enough for me. I created I said, okay, let's just make some notes for them about the application.
Mhm.
I started to write just a couple of a couple of bullet points, and then it became a 1 page, then couple of page, then 5 page, then 10 page, then 20 pages.
So yeah, you
So
just started doing the documentation, and
yeah,
I'm sure they were loving that because
yeah,
documentation is one of the things that everyone
yeah,
always needs more of.
yeah, and also it was a pure product feedback
Yeah.
report and
No, it's
business
great
analysis.
when someone outside of the organization gives that product feedback because
Yeah,
that's, I mean, when you're so deep in it, it just becomes hard to see that other perspective,
as
the outside
exactly,
perspective. That's
exactly,
cool.
exactly. And then when I sent them, it was 2022 July. They said, okay, we should hire you. That's how they hired me.
That's
That's how
awesome.
I
No
got my first
formal
job.
process,
Yeah,
just like balling out in the community, showing your value. I think
yeah,
that's one of the cool things about crypto is like you can potentially have a job opportunity by being there, being active and
yeah,
wanting to move the community forward. Right? Like you said, you found a place where there was a sort a place that could be the push forward and you're like, you know
yeah.
what, I'm gonna just take the mantle here. And like you said, it went from 1 page to 20 pages over the span of that short of a time. That's awesome. So that's how you kind of really came into crypto, and then
Oh,
we're working
yeah,
at Favor for some time.
yeah. That's how my of professional career started. But before that, I started in 2020 trader. I was just, trench hunting in different Discord channels, different Telegram groups, blah blah. But so yeah, my professional career started in 2022.
That's so cool. I love hearing that because every single person has their story of how they came into crypto, and we're all like kind of at the same cypherpunk values now,
Yeah,
but at the same time, every person like has their own journey. Like, okay, I was a trader and I came in, or I was a musician and I came in, or
yeah,
this and that, and it's cool to see that evolution of just joining a community, getting an opportunity for a paid job through that, starting your career, and then I'm sure making some connections, right? I think you mentioned that your current co-founder was from meeting from that job, right? Or
yeah,
or maybe
yeah,
just
yeah.
connection. Yeah,
Yeah. He
that's
was he
so
was
cool.
system architect. He was system
That
architect, system architect at there. So we met there.
Yeah, I think, and it's so important to find the right people because once you work with someone and you know how they work and how you guys communicate well together, that
Exactly.
chemistry, it completely changes everything. Where when we're working online with people
Yeah,
24/7, you don't get those in-person social cues that you do get working in an in-person environment. So you have to like be even more communicative and more on top of those pieces. So if you find someone that you work well with, it's really easy to bring them on
yeah,
into a different topic, right?
yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
that's awesome. Well, tell us a little bit more about influence. If you
Yeah,
had to give it in a an elevator pitch, what would you
yeah.
tell everyone influence is?
Yeah, maybe to before elevator pitch part, maybe if I can explain the story, maybe
Please do,
everyone
please
it will
do.
be very
Yeah.
easy for everyone because the story starts a problem. When we built the mindshare heat
Hmm.
map, so in our application there was just only mindshare heat map, no marketing app,
Okay.
so no marketing tool. We couldn't
And
find
when you say
single.
mindshare heat map, that what do you mean by that definition?
It means right now when you open the first time our mini app, you will see some type of just chart graph, and in which we are ordering people based on their share of in the on the entire network. So who is making the more real noise and compared to the
Hmm.
rest of the people in the ecosystem.
Awesome. Thanks for that definition.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So then we couldn't find single user. How we can grow? We didn't know. So
Yeah.
I couldn't find single useful tool to promote my application. There was just QR at that moment, but
Yeah.
QR, I didn't want to pay something QR to 200 $300 for. I don't know what will happen at the end
Yeah.
of that. So that's why I didn't want in one time. I didn't want to give 200 $300. And then there was a Jigboat. They shut down at some point. I don't remember
Okay.
when, but uh, it was fully botted, so it was not protecting your budget. So bots was engaging with you. I
Hmm.
said we need something to pay to just engage with the real creators. And you know, my I was discussing with my co-founder Gia. Gia is a ex Unity Ads employee, so
Okay.
that's why he understands advertisement infrastructure. He said to me, "Oh, just go and pay just creators one by one manually." I said, "No, never." So it's we need a system for it, and then we come up with the Influence Hub. Now, new name is the Marketing Hub solution. The system was simple. We just wanted to just pay the creators on Firecaster, the people on Firecaster, to engage with us, like or repost. So, and we did something crazy. Everyone was defining their price in other. There was just there was an AMPS, for example. You know
Mhm.
AMPS.
Yeah.
In AMPS, if they follow you, you can just buy, like, or repost. First of all, if you are a new account, you can't use it.
Yeah.
Secondly, if you why I'm paying for whatever you want, it should be automated by a system. So what we did, we made the system permissionless, and we just tagged the payouts to Mindshare. So if your
Mhm.
Mindshare is 1%, you are earning $1. That's simple. So that's we built the marketing hub, our marketing feature, to amplify ourselves. We don't expect the other people will use it actually. So
It's
we
great. The best applications are dog fooded applications, right? Where
yeah,
where you yourself can use it as well, but then other
yeah,
users are like, "Oh, that's useful for me as well."
yeah, definitely.
That's awesome.
So
I
and
can
then
totally see that like evolution. But sorry, continue.
no, sorry, I just lost your voice, so please go on.
Oh, I was just saying I can see the evolution from like you're like, okay, QR, like this is a cool opportunity, but like this is kind of a high price point for me to just try it out.
Yeah,
So you have this price point where like you can start it at any price where you're putting in that budget. I
yeah.
think I can totally see that evolution.
Yeah, yeah. So, and then what we did, when we saw a green light from the ecosystem, when the other people started to try, we improved that. We made it bot protection. We improved a lot because people tried to gamify.
Yeah.
So, and we
Whenever you
fixed
give
all
out
the bugs.
rewards and incentives, the people come out of the woodwork, right? Then you have
Yeah,
to find different ways to squash the moles.
yeah, 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 definitely. Meanwhile, we had to improve our mindshare algorithm, which is right now
Mhm.
it works very perfect in my opinion. And so, and secondly, we had to improve the system to scale it. So then, yeah, we so far we launched that feature on the 6th of June or 10th of June, I don't remember, but June last year June. In just 9 months, we processed 1.5 more than 1.4 million transaction on base by paying creators more than $65,000.
That's awesome. I
So
love that. Yeah, I mean
yeah,
it's the perfect I always share influence actually as an example of Farcaster and why Farcaster is so uniquely cool because you have the opportunity to and it's simple because you can always talk to about a web 2 social media platform
hmm,
in ad spend. And it's like, okay, like if you spend 10, 20, $100 on an ad, who is actually getting that $100 out of all the people there? It's
yeah,
usually the Web2 company for just like using their platform, not the places that it's actually being displayed.
yeah,
But I think changing that perspective and saying like, okay, like now my ad spend as a community owner is 100% going to the individuals who are actually
yeah,
sharing this out. It completely changes your mindset on advertisement, I think,
yeah,
because
exactly.
it's no longer this like company to company thing, but it's a little bit more personal.
Yeah, exactly. Now what we do is definitely it's the problem with and what the ads environments where you are paying to protocol because of they have mass adoption. And they
Mm-hmm.
are showing you some metrics. Let's say, for example, Twitter. They are showing you fake impression numbers, but actually you don't get any real conversation under the comment,
Yep.
or you don't get even any like or
Yeah.
repost. So, but now, who makes the actually impact? Whenever a high influencer reposted your content, you will get real engagement. So that's the difference. Actually, that's why our model is better than the existing models. Actually, but of course, we there are also limits for it. So, and you need to target, you need to blah blah, you need to lots of things. But whenever you became a permissionless, there will be always problems as well because
Mm-hmm.
it being permissionless has limits. Actually, limits means some people will go wild. Some people may just share some, fake contract,
Yep.
or what they can just share, any kind of harmful content. So it's
Hmm.
up to them. So it's same, for example, today, any type of launchpad, any clunker, or
Hmm.
banker bot, you can launch a token, right? Anyone can launch a token. So it's a permissionless. But I don't want to say the name, but if you put a harmful name to that token ticker, so it's annoying for some people. But what we can do, it doesn't make the technology overall a bad, right? Still, technology is good, but some people is using in a bad way.
Totally. Yeah, I think I cut out there for a second. But no, I totally get what you mean when you make it permissionless. You do unfortunately remove the ability to censor. And while,
Yeah,
censorship as a whole, everyone looks very down upon it, it doesn't mean that it's always a bad thing, because there will be bad actors coming in and
yeah,
trying to ruin a good environment. So you can always think in this idealistic world, but unfortunately that's not the world we live in.
yeah,
So like I actually think it's better that way, because then I feel as though, as a user of the protocol, I'm not just going to every single post and saying, okay, like this is getting me
yeah,
money, boom, I'm gonna do it. But like I actually have to make sure like this resonates with me and the people that I want to share it with, right?
yeah.
So I think
Exactly.
it makes it again more authentic, and I think that's like the beauty of
Yeah,
Farcaster, and bringing
yeah,
your social graph on top of a wallet. It just brings in so much more transparency, I think, as a whole.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the whole point is the man, we what we do is after we launch that application, probably there were more than 5 or 6 similar applications that people built it, and some of them already shut down, some of them is continue, but so people is trying whatever it works, right? So, and what we saw, our bot model is the best one, because in our system we support the auto engagement. We launched recently, not recently, maybe a couple of months ago, but so in manual engagement, they have to see, you have to, as a creator, you have to see the content. So, which means it you will first see the content. If you like the content, maybe you will engage.
Hmm.
And yes, of course, you will get payment for like or repost, whatever. But whole point is getting visibility, because the
Yep.
marketing funnel didn't change since Stone Age. So it has 4 steps. You need to create awareness and interest first to get conversion and retention. So whole point of the any advertisements, any ad spending, the increasing the baseline, because if you reach more people, your at least reach convert rate, even if 1%, it's amazing number. So that's the whole point. Reaching more people as much as possible to get maximum visibility. You can't expect 100% conversion rate. It's not possible.
Hmm.
It will be never possible in any environment. So that's the whole point. What we do, people will see whatever you put there. Now recently we launched also open boost type, which means it doesn't have to be Farcaster content. It can be any link. It can be TV post. It can be YouTube channel. It can be a just whatever link you have in the internet. So you are paying for people to explore something. Of course, some of them will engage if they like, and many of them will not engage. But that's the whole point. So giving people to explore something.
I love that. I'm coming close to my time here, but I just want to give an opportunity, A, for you to share, where people can meet you and find you. But I want to say, like, the coolest thing I think you guys have done and what you said is there's a lot of competitors who have come out with this
Yeah,
engage to earn type mentality. But I think what you guys pair it really well with is that mind share graph. Because if that wasn't your first product, you wouldn't be able to have it work so well with the engage to earn, because individuals who are very active in not only the Farcaster community but also the influence community
yeah,
have more of that push, and I think that again generates more authentic usage. And what you were saying in the end of the day is you're never going to get 100% conversion, so why don't we increase the volume of the people that are going to view your content?
yeah. Exactly. That's the whole point.
Awesome. I love it. Ali, where can we find you on
Yeah.
the interwebs if people want to connect?
Yeah, of course. So my Twitter username and the Farkas username is same. It's my name and surname is in English characters, Ali Tiknazoglu. So they can find me, they can DM me. If they have a if they want to build a mini app, if they already built something. So I'm happy to just check and give my feedback.
That's awesome. I love that. We love builders helping other builders. Thank you, Ali, for your time today. I'm very excited about the future of influence. I don't know if you want to share in our last couple of minutes here, big picture goals
Yeah.
for 2026.
Yeah, for sure. And I think now we are expanding to our reach to Twitter, first of all. So to just rewarding the creators on the Twitter side. So it will be very different than Mindshare system. It will be the tier system. Now we are searching how we can do it in a clear way. So of course we will make it in our way, not like a copycat way. So, but what we do is now we are researching for it to just to reach mass adoption. Right now, the demand on Farcaster is not super well because of the, overall it's a gated community, and it was amazing to test. It's an amazing place to test ideas, first of all. And now, but at some point you need to scale. So that's why we are expanding the Twitter. That's the one of our goal in this year.
Awesome. I love it. It sounds like a perfect evolution in once you've kind of worked on that product and now you have it to a point where you want more people to check it out. So I'm there. I have a couple Twitter accounts and brands that we definitely want to amplify. So we will be
Yeah.
there, Wave Wars team and Zao team sharing stuff out. So thank you for your time, Ali. Thanks for anyone who popped in the recording or the live. We appreciate you guys and have a wonderful rest of your day.